That's my final word.
Cash? Wait, they said they'd pay cash? Cash? Oh, come on, Herb. What do you think they're up to?
I don't know, but if it was me, I'd put my foot down.
He's not my kid, Herb. He's my father.
Well, they all reach this point sooner or later. One day they're fine, the next, senile city.
Oh, come on, Herb.
Well, it happens. You know, I could drag things out till I'm an old man.
No, Herb, don't do that. Look, it's his money. I'll talk to him, all right?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, Herb. I'll talk to him. Thanks. See you later.
We're not some sort of glitch of nature.
Well, Sky can do funny things this time of year. I suppose you could say it was a phenomenon of nature.
Exactly. Frank, you're an intelligent man. Do you really believe you were talking to some alien being?
You know, I never was sure.
That's fair. I think a statement to that effect would be more than enough to get this circus out of town.
Sorry.
George, be reasonable.
Well, what do you expect? He always has been a little weird. Remember last summer when he got stuck up in that tree and the fire truck had to help him down?
That's not fair. He was trying to rescue a cat.
What about the way he always sings Christmas carols in the middle of summertime?
That's right. That's right. He likes Christmas, so let's tar and feather him. What is the matter with you people? How many of you have received telephone calls when you were sick from George? Wondering if you needed anything, supplies or groceries or anything. And how many of you have fallen behind in your charge accounts? Way behind, and George never said a word. Does that ring a bell, Martha?
At least my husband doesn't show up for the Independence Day picnic every year dressed like George Washington.
At least my husband knows who George Washington is. Now, I never saw George Walters turn his back on any one of you. He was always there when you needed him. And now, he needs you.
What he needs is a rubber room.
I didn't think they were gonna let me see you today.
Why? What do you mean?
They don't like what you're building. What are you building, Grandpa?
building a candy factory.
I'm not a baby.
Yeah, I know, Sam. I know. It's just that sometimes it's hard to explain things to people because they just wouldn't understand, or they just wouldn't believe you.
I believe you, Grandpa. I always believe you.
Remember last summer, you and I were taking a walk and we saw a bunch of fireflies, and I said, "Oh, look, there's Grandma Stardust." Well, I was just playing, and you knew that because Stardust is make-believe, right? What if Stardust isn't make-believe? Sam, I know you think I let you down, but you see, sometimes even when you're a big grown-up, things aren't easy.
You said you were supposed to tell the truth.
Yeah, I know.
I believed you, Grandpa.
Sam.
Well, you know, there was a very important man who said once, some people see things the way they are and ask why. I see things the way they might be and ask, why not? That's the way your grandfather is. He sees how special things can be. And he dreams about making them even better for all of us. Yes. Oh.
Maybe he got stuck in rush hour traffic getting out of Zabar.
He'll be here.
Sure he will. You know, I've been meaning to remind you, you're overdue for a physical.
Arnold!
George! Sorry I'm late. Rush hour out of Zabar was horrible.
Oh, come on, sit down. Yeah. All right, Doc, Frank, this is Arnold Zimmerman.
It's my pleasure, gentlemen. Thanks for inviting me, George.
Yeah. You want a hot dog?
I'd love one.
4 dogs coming up.
4 dogs. This is a real treat for me. I haven't done anything like this for years. Yeah! All right! Hey! Oh. Well, I don't actually follow the game too closely.
Sam! How you doing, big guy?
Hi.
How was your day?
Okay.
Well, it was better than mine then. Come on. Sam, I don't know how much you understand about what's going on.
You met a man from another planet, right?
Yes, sir, I did. His name is Arnold.
Dad says you have a big imagination.
Yeah, well, Sam, you know how much I like pilgrims. You know, a pilgrim is somebody who's always traveling. But you can travel without ever leaving home, you know. You can travel by thinking or reading a book or maybe even dreaming. There's lots of ways to do it. Just as long as you're always searching and curious.
Did you imagine Arnold?
I found him for real. And when people heard about it, it made them uncomfortable, and they wanted me to say, it never happened. Well, I guess I could have done that, but if I said Arnold wasn't real, I'd feel like I was letting him down. And there are times you have to put yourself on the line for a friend, even when there's a price to pay.
It's okay, Grandpa. I believe you, even if I'm the only one. I kind of like it being the only one. Makes me feel brave. Grandpa, can I meet Arnold sometime?
You bet.
Promise?
Promise? Yes. Come on.
He is protected by doctor-patient confidentiality. I couldn't tell your son even if I wanted to.
Really?
In the second place, you strike me as a pretty solid individual. And I seriously doubt you could convince me you're crazy, as you put it.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it all started when I met this man. He builds mini malls.
Mm-hmm.
A nice fellow. A little nervous. And he works on the planet Zabar.
Zabar?
Z-A-B-A-R. I shouldn't be here, you know.
Well, perhaps not. But since you are, why don't you tell me why you are?
If I tell you, you'll think I'm crazy. You'll tell Michael. Next thing you know, I'm playing Chinese checkers with Nurse Ratched.
Mr. Walters, in the first place, anything you tell me... Pick these up for me, will you? I hope to see you again.
Well, if you're ever passing through Grover's Mill, look me up.
I will. Do you mind if I speak to your son for a moment?
No, not at all. You go right ahead. Michael, I'll wait down at the car.
Okay, fine.
I thank you so much.
Well, is he all right?
I can't discuss the particulars of your father's case, but I can tell you that some of the behavior you may have noted in him may simply be the result of a sense of displacement, not entirely uncommon among new retirees. I'd like to continue seeing him, if you can convince him.
That could be difficult.
Well, do your best. And try not to worry. This could simply be a lonely cry for attention. Try spending more time with him. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
Hi, National Inquisitor Hotline. Is it still $50 for a hot tip? Okay, write this down. There's this guy out in Grover's Mill, and he thinks he's met someone from outer space, and he likes him so much that he's building him his own landing pad.
Hi, George.
Hi, guys.
George? Gin?
Oh. Yeah, that was quite a show last night, huh? The lights, I mean.
I can't lose. Just deal. It's like playing cards with Roger Rabbit.
Don't see something like that every day.
I mean, this is like shooting fish in a barrel. Oh, shut up.
I guess you guys didn't see it.
See what, George?
The lights. Last night, the lights. Guys, something happened last night. Doc, do you think it's possible?
What do you think someone from a planet called Zabar would be doing in Grover's Mill, George?
No, he lives on Coral Peak. He only works on Zabar, and his spaceship overheated, and he stopped at Grover's Mill for repairs. Well, that's what he said.
George, have you told anyone else about this?
Of course not. You think I'm crazy?
Well, you had me worried there for a while, pal.
Anyway, he's coming back tonight. He's going to be at the basketball game.
Great. Maybe he can take us for a ride in his spaceship.
Probably just a harmless eccentric.
Just that, I mean, after he left, there were these lights.
Lights, George?
Lights in the sky, just, you know, for a second, and phew. Fine. Just give the game, okay?
Fairy tale intruder, 10 letters.
Go relax.
Very good, dear.
Dolores, can you keep a secret?
Of course not, dear. Don't be silly.
Is this going to get kinky, George?
I had an encounter out by the old Taylor place.
It's going to get kinky.
I met a man from another planet.
Really, George?
Well, I mean, that's what he said. He said he's from this planet called Zabar.
My cousin in Alaska read about us.
One paper made us look like the whole town is in on this craziness. Looks like we're one big loony bin.
Oh, let's not go blaming George and the others for what some reporter wrote.
It's not fair. Every town's got a few loose screws. Why do they have to pick on us?
Hey, you wait just a darn minute. It's my father we're talking about.
Tell people, let's not get into name calling. Now, I think we owe Michael a vote of thanks for coming down here under the circumstances. And let's not all talk at once. We're here to discuss this calmly and try to arrive at some answers. Hello, George. Dolores. Doc. Frank. We were just having a little meeting here. Stan, you want to make some room there?
Well, I guess somebody forgot to call us, eh? Never would have known that Doc hadn't passed the hall on his walk.
Now, George, there's been a lot of talk from all these news people that have moved in on us here, and we thought it would be better to clear the air before we called you.
Air away.
You know, it's bad enough this town's got to go under, but you're making us go under looking like a bunch of...
Bunch of what? Crazies?
The shoe fits.
I heard that, Martha Bowers. If you have something to say, have the decency to say it to a person's face.
Now, we are all friends here. George, maybe it would help if we knew exactly what it was you saw.
I saw a man named Arnold. A guy who looked like any one of you. A stranger passing through town, had mechanical problems, and I did what any one of you would have done. I gave him a hand. And the stranger became a friend. Is that so peculiar? Now, granted, it turns out he's from another planet.
Another planet.
George, I think this is the area where we're having a little difficulty. George, are you telling us that you actually saw this man's space ship?
Well, no, we saw his lights.
Now, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. We may have something here. George, nobody's asking you to back down from what you saw. But if you only saw lights, heck, lights could be anything. Couldn't it? You could say that, couldn't you?
No, because
Doc, you are a man of science. Can you say with absolute certainty that those lights you saw...
It's just a slide.
A comment, sir. Just one.
Coming
Very good.
Get out of here! You nut. Go, get out! What's the matter with you? Get away from me! Terry!
What's going on here?
Terry!
Terry's coming back. Says he's catching hell from his wife.
And he's not the only one.
Well, we got to skip load of 2 more days. I'll do it myself.
George, look, we got to cut and run. We can still say we never saw any alien, we never heard of any Arnold Zimmerman. We could stick to the helicopter pad story.
No.
What do you mean, no, George? You want these people out here to think that we were off our rockers?
Most of these people are going to think we're off our rocker no matter what we say. It doesn't matter what people think. Arnold's our friend. We're not going to pretend he never existed just because things are getting a little hot. That's not the way it's supposed to be.
Not supposed to? That's who, George?
Guys, what are we arguing about? It doesn't matter what we say. Arnold can't come back now anyway.
Well, I promised Helen I'd be home early.
Yeah, I better be going too. You coming, George?
No, there's work to be done. Go on, guys. I'll be fine.
Hey, Walters, tell your grandpa we want to ride on a spaceship. Your grandpa's pretty nuts, you know. I heard that they were sending him to the loony bin. Shut up. What? What? What'd you say? What a dork.
How do these people find out?
Gee, maybe he gave an interview. Maybe he's planning on guided tours. Michael, they're laughing. Everyone in this town is laughing.
Honey, you're exaggerating. Come on, nobody reads this stuff. Look, don't worry about these people.
You had better do something.
4 of those, and I get this over here. And we'll match them up and go right.
Well, what do you think's going on?
I don't know, they're just curious, that's all.
Yeah, just like before.
Yes.
You don't think they know, do you?
No.
George! You seen any aliens lately?
You see, dear, things always look better in the morning. I'll get the coffee, and you get the paper.
Mr. Walters! Mr. Walters! Rich Hawley, KLCA News.
Can you talk about your landing?
Can you confirm that Shirley MacLaine is actually on her way to Grover's Mill?
Mr. Walters,
Mr. Walters!
having a picture.
If you don't mind,
Mr. Walters, just a comment.
And he has a perfectly lovely family.
Dolores!
Oh, hello, dear. This nice young woman is from Cosmopolitan, and she wants to talk to me.
Sweetheart, I thought we discussed this.
George, she's from Cosmo.
Hello.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes, Arnold's family. Well, the children are just fine looking, although I'm afraid Harvey is going to need braces.
Uh-huh. All right. All right. See, right. Dolores?
Yes?
Get your coat.
Excuse me.
Dolores, honey, this is my friend Arnold. He's developed shopping malls, and he's got a really very bad cold, and he's from another planet. Arnold, this is hot, Dolores.
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
That's little Jenny. She just turned 3.
Oh, isn't she darling?
And that's Harvey. Carol named him after her father.
What a handsome boy. You have a beautiful family.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and I want to apologize again.
We do need to make a report. We'd appreciate a few minutes of your time. Now then, have you experienced any previous sightings of this nature?
No, sir.
What's been your attitude about extraterrestrial contact? Have you been inclined to believe in UFOs?
To tell you the truth, I just always assumed that people who made these kind of reports were bananas, crackpots.
All right. Do you think you can give us a physical description of the being that you saw?
For all the trouble.
Oh, don't be a goose. I'm just glad Doc had the good sense not to let you fly tonight, and George will have the guest room fixed up for you in a jiffy. Oh, I know what I forgot. Now, maybe where you come from, they don't do this. But around here, this is how we deal with sore throats. And it works, too.
Ethel Merman?
Excuse me?
Ethel Merman. He looked just exactly like Ethel Merman, dressed like her, too.
I think that'll probably do it.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, they all look like Ethel Merman. They claim they'd never even heard of her.
Thank you, Mr. Walters.
My pleasure.
There now. There. You're all settled.
Thank you.
I think it's just lovely that you and George have become friends. I always said George needs more friends from out of town. I think it broadens one's horizons.
Oh, hello, George.
Oh, if your friend's on Zapo, I can see you now.
Oh, now, George, leave him alone. Did you get the bed made up?
Yes, it's all done. Arnold, pink is really very becoming on you.
God bless you. He needs the vaporizer. George, be a dear and put it up beside his bed.
All right, okay. Shall I leave a couple of spare socks by the bed?
No, thank you.
Arnold, you can tell me.
Are you really from? Imagine that.
Excuse me, this is not going to take very long. I had an experience recently. I didn't intend for it to happen. I didn't intend for all you news people to find out about it, but it did, and you did. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, trying to make some sense out of it. And now I would like to set the record straight once and for all. As you all know, I met a man who told me he was from another planet. Now, I witnessed something that led me to believe that that was, in fact, the case.
Yes. Oh, yes. George, it's Washington calling.
Hello?
Now then, we're obliged to investigate all alleged extraterrestrial sightings. We're not here to cast aspersions or draw personal conclusions.
Well, that's comforting.
Your cooperation is purely voluntary.
Oh, well, good.
On the other hand...
However, in the clear light of day, I have come to the realization that it happened. It happened, Sam. The truth, it happened. Please, wait. Wait, I came here to say what you wanted me to say. I wish I could explain it to you. I wish I knew what it is that makes a person believe something when that something is unbelievable. But it's not anything you can explain. It just happens. At least with me it does. I don't know, sometimes I think God put a metal plate in my head, and he has the only magnet. It's easy to believe in something you can see, but aren't there times when you know something is so without ever seeing? I'm just like everybody else here. I was born here. I've lived my whole life here. And I love this town. I don't know, maybe I didn't love it enough to keep it from dying. Maybe I stopped believing in it just a little. And I lost sight of what it is that we have here. Not what we don't have, what we have. And we have something very special here. It took an outsider to show me that. To remind me that my life is wonderful. And so is yours.
George, that was a real nice speech. But look around you. Do you seriously think that any of these people believe that you know an alien named Arnold?
I believe him.
All these people want is just a little peace, a little quiet.
I believe him.
If you can show me just one person Just one single person.
I believe him! I believe you, Grandpa.
Hey, George. George?
Guys.
Got it finished? Yeah, and you did a real nice job here, too.
Yeah, well, I can't get the lights going. I got a loose connection. No way.
Listen, George, about yesterday. Well, what it means is we didn't mean to leave you hanging, nobody, you know?
You don't have to explain.
Yeah, but I want to explain. I've gone over this in my mind a dozen times, and I still don't know what it was we saw that night. I have to think that maybe we got carried away.
It's okay, guys. You gotta call them the way you see them.
But you showed them, boy. George Walters doesn't back down from anybody.
Wasn't trying to show anybody anything, Frank.
Well, all he means is you finished what you started. I mean, all right, so things didn't work out the way we'd hoped, but when the time comes and you pack these lights away, you got to say, at least for a day, that you had your landing pad. You didn't quit.
Why would I put the lights away, Doc? I was gonna be here today, sunset.
George, do you remember the look on his face when we asked if we could measure the spaceship? I mean, didn't part of you sort of wonder if maybe he's not from another planet? Maybe he's just a nice, lonely guy?
No.
Oh, but George, that doesn't make him a bad guy. All he wanted to be was your friend. Do you think he would want you and Dolores to suffer any more than you've already had? George, don't you think I understand? I mean, when I thought he was real, I felt like a kid again. Like anything was possible. All those questions I had as a child looking up at the stars, all those locked doors, they were suddenly beginning to open for me. I wouldn't trade that moment for anything, George. But it's over now. It's time to let go.
Is that why you did it, Doc? To open doors. What about you, Frank? What was it all about? Getting pictures? Yeah, I thought it was about doing something for a friend.
George.
Don't go blaming them, Pop. I asked them to talk to you. I didn't know what else to do.
George, I don't want to see you get hurt anymore.
Michael, this is not the way.
Mother! Pop, this is crazy. Come on, I've tried reasoning with you. I've tried logic. Nothing seems to get through, Pop. This has got to be the end, Dad. There is no alien. Do you hear me?
Mom.
No, I'm kidding.
Another incredible Thanksgiving dinner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh. No.
You know the way Dad was talking at dinner, Mom, about us all staying on in Grover's Mill for years to come? Does he really believe that?
Michael, I know the town is going through hard times.
It's dying, Mom. And the store's dying with it. I mean, we gotta face reality here. We have to think about selling while we can still get something for it. This idea that Dad has that, you know, things are going to get better and we're all going to live happily ever after, well, that's fantasy, Mom.
Michael, your father is a very intelligent man, and he understands what's going on. But you have to understand him. The thought of no more holiday gatherings or family walks and no one to carry on the tradition, that's not easy for a man like him to accept.
Mom, I got a call from Jerry in Detroit. He wants to bring me into the business.
Oh? What did you say?
Well, I told him I'd have to think about it, but, you know, I can't wait too long.
Herb Williams just called. There's a man downtown who needs something from the hardware store.
On Thanksgiving?
I guess he's got car problems. I'll go.
No, listen, Dad, I'll do it.
No. You guys have spent enough time in that store today as it is. I'll be back before you know it. Sweetheart, is there anything I can pick up for you while I'm out?
Oh, how about a pint of Stardust?
Okay.
No, Midge. The first I heard of it was from Dot. Well, where did Claire hear about it, for goodness sakes? No. There's nothing to it. George would never do something like that without telling me.
Mother?
Oh, Midge, Michael's here. I have to go. Yes, I will. Bye. Hi, dear. Have you heard this ridiculous rumor?
Dad's bought the Taylor place, Mom.
Oh?
Him and Doc and Frank. Mom, I was hoping he told you what they're up to.
Well, why in the world wouldn't he have told me? And what does he want with that ridiculous piece of land?
Mom, has he seemed himself lately?
Now listen, Michael. I wish he had told us too. But if your father bought that piece of land, he must have a very good reason for doing it.
These things are wonderful. That's your fifth one. George, I can't thank you enough. You got a great little town here. Something about it, I don't know. It just, people seem to care about each other. It's not like New York. I was there once. You can have that place. Oh, holy cow, I gotta run.
Well, come on, we'll drop you off.
I don't want to trouble you.
It's no trouble, is it, Doc?
Not at all. Give us a chance to get to know each other better. I understand you're in the mall business, Arnold. Pod malls. On Zabar. You're from the planet Zabar.
Doc, I live on Coral Peak, actually. I just work on Zabar.
Oh, that's funny. I don't recall any planet called Zabar. Or Coral Peak, for that matter.
Oh, don't apologize. I hadn't heard of Grover's Mill until yesterday. Tell me if you spot a firefly, would you, George?
Anybody around here looking for hardware?
Yes.
Oh, you're in luck. George Walters.
Arnold Zimmerman.
You're not from around here, are you?
Just passing through on business. Thought I'd have to wait till morning.
Part of the charm of a small town, everybody always knows where to find everybody else. Come.
Hi, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Mom.
How are you, darling?
How are you?
Good. Hi. You got a kiss for your grandma?
Who's Grandpa?
Welcome, my dear young fellows. Are ye in good health?
Yay!
Yay.
Good. The harbor's being in, and this being a fine day, we men shall go fowling, so that we may rejoice in our bounty. Happy Thanksgiving, gentle people. How you doing, Elliot? Keep up, son.
Hey, Dad, the game's getting started. Do you mind if I go back?
Fairly well, sir.
Great. Have fun.
Don't you just love this time of year? You know, some people say you need a change of seasons to get into the holiday spirit. Look around you. You can feel it in the air. Happy Thanksgiving, Martha, Roy. See, she's not normally that friendly.
Hey, Walters, be quick.
How's school?
They make fun of me sometimes.
About what?
My voice. Sometimes it's so small.
Oh, yeah, like when?
Like when I have to read out loud.
Well, I kind of like your voice just the way it is. Still, you could make it big for those times when you need it to be big. Happy Thanksgiving, Grover's Mill! It's your turn.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!
There you go.
Hi, George.
Bells are funny things.
Leave it, Pop. I got an electric one. I just haven't gotten around to putting it in yet.
No, you don't need a new bell. This one's worked fine for years. Just, you know, the watch, it gets sticky.
Dad, seriously.
It always gets unstuck, though. It's a good bell. Got character.
Dad! You worried about this place for 30 years, Dad. Let me worry now.
All right, son. What are you doing open Thanksgiving Day?
Oh, we're just taking inventory, George, going over the books. You know, Martha and Ray Bowers are 3 months behind on their account.
Yeah, well, let it go. They're a little strapped.
We're all a little strapped, Pop.
Anyway, why would you want to defend that meddling busybody Martha Bow?
Kids. It's Thanksgiving.
All right, Pop. We'll let it go.
Your mother is expecting you at 2.
We'll be there.
Don't be late.
And us, Pop.
You always were basically a very good bell. But you are funny. You were at the diner this morning.
I'd just broken down. Overheated. I tried it 4 times. Nothing. Just my luck. 5 appointments down the drain. Stupid machine.
You're a city boy, huh?
Born and raised.
Yeah, I thought so. See, the first thing you learn in the country is that any piece of machinery will betray you if it thinks you rely on it. Gotta let it know you don't care. You're gonna break down on me? Fine. I'll spend the afternoon playing pinochle. You can just sit there and rust.
But I do rely on it.
Well, maybe you just think you do. What do you do for a living?
I build pod malls. You know, corner shopping centers.
Why?
Well, somebody has to do it. Smog on Zabar is getting worse than L.A.
Slippery little devil, isn't he?
I hate the idea of him having to land in the dark. I wonder if we could build him like some sort of a landing pad.
George!
What? Now, we could probably get this place for a song and just clear out that field, put in some lights, and nobody ever comes out here.
George, listen to what you're saying.
What?
How can you believe that man is really from another planet? I mean, he looks like he came from Cleveland.
I know.
Maybe there are intelligent beings out there someplace, but do you seriously think that they walk around carrying briefcases and calling themselves Arnold?
Arnold Zimmerman phone home?
Well, how would we know? All right, Doc, what should they call themselves?
George, think of what you're doing. I mean, you're talking about throwing away good money on worthless land because some guy has a delusion. Get a grip on yourself.
what you are doing to this town, George.
That's not his fault.
It's not anybody's fault. Why can't you just be like everybody else, Pop? Dad!
There we go, there. Very good, dear. Bless the cook.
Oh, thank you.
Another great turkey,
Thank
dear.
you. I was waiting for you to say that.
Now, I have been accused of going a little overboard on these occasions. However, all I really want to say is I am thankful for having my family together to share this holiday. And I'm thankful for all the holidays we will share in the future.
That's very nice, dear.
Thank you, dear.
You're
Give me
welcome.
over here. Give me let's go. All right. Go. Go. Yes,
What do they want it for? They won't say. I mean, they've got a skip loader out there, bags of cement, they're running in electricity.
What do you mean they won't say? They apply for any permits?
Nope. No new permit applications.
Well, they are going to need permits. I think this warrants looking into.
6.
Les, not you too.
Well, you know, Norma keeps wanting to start spending time in Florida. Well, what do you expect? Business is rotten everywhere. Say, has anyone figured out what George Walters is up to out on the old Taylor place?
Alzheimer's, if you ask me.
What's that?
Oh, that's right. You were out of town. George and Frank and Doc have bought the old Taylor place.
Well, what in the world would they want with that old piece of land? It's no good for anything.
Yeah.
Isn't Christmas the best holiday ever?
You said that about all holidays, Grandpa.
Well, they're all the best, but Christmas, I mean, picking out the tree, going caroling, and presents? Presents? Aren't you getting excited?
Such a long way off, though.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem fair, does it? They put up all these decorations, get us all worked up, then you make you wait. Well, I remember one Christmas when I was a little guy, I waited for this one present. It's all I wanted that year. Okay. My grandpa gave it to me. First thing I did, I went out and carved Grandpa's initials in a tree. Anyway, I just found it up in the attic and looking kind of lonesome sitting up there all by itself. And your grandma, well, you know how women are about knives and things. And so, well, I was thinking maybe you could take it, if you think you could use it.
Whoa.
Gotta be very careful. It's pretty sharp. But then, I think you're a pretty careful kid.
Thanks, Grandpa.
You're welcome, grandson. Ah.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Any other business?
5 more merchants pulled up stakes this.
Okay, honey. Here we go. Now, listen. This might smell a little bad. I put garlic in it, but it's going to clear right up.
Thank you, George.
A little quiet, because my wife is sleeping. Come on, here, now breathe. Breathe. No, go. Listen, I'm getting an extra blanket. Keep breathing, keep breathing.
Machines, okay? And if Grandpa's busy, just move out of the way and wait. Got it? All right.
All right. Have a good time, pal.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Why can't he just tell us what he's working on?
Look, I can't very well make him, can I?
Well, maybe you should.
Hey, George!
What you up to? Building a retirement home, Ernie. You should sign up.
Grandpa!
There he is, my big guy.
Yeah. Come, let us work here.
Over here.
Yes, what?
Yeah. George, like I was telling Doc, I don't know how you expect me to get my work done if you won't tell me what you're building.
What you gotta do is clear it away where it's been staked out.
Yeah, but what's it gonna be? Warehouse? Greenhouse? I mean, it makes a difference.
Terry, you know how to operate this thing?
Sure.
Then climb aboard and start clearing away. We're paying for this machine by the day. It's not cheap.
Clearing away.
I want it smooth as a baby's bottom.
Hey, George.
Yes.
Oh, we got a problem. Backhoe's acting up.
You guys deal with it, because Sam and I are on our
Lunch break!
Taylor place? What would you want to buy the Taylor place for? It made terrible farmland.
We'd make terrible farmers. Should work out just fine.
We ain't gonna farm it, Herb.
Well, what do you want it for then? Hell, it's not worth anything. You can't even live on it. It's owned for business.
How much?
What are you boys up to?
How much, Herb?
Well, it's appraised at, 20,000.
You just said it wasn't worth a thing.
We'll give you 12.
Look, boys, fun is fun.
Had any better offers?
There is no way this bank is going to loan you money to buy that land without knowing what you want it for. I not only have a responsibility to this bank, I feel a personal responsibility to the three of you. George, your son is my best friend. Now, I'm sorry.
I guess. I'm sorry, Arnold. I gotta be honest with you. I hate pod malls.
You know something? So do I.
Then why do it?
I have responsibilities, commitments.
You put in what? A 10-hour day?
If I'm lucky.
Ha! No breakfast, something artificial for lunch, rush home for leftovers. You missed Thanksgiving dinner entirely tonight.
Thanksgiving isn't very big around my house.
There you go. Probably take a sleeping pill, get a couple hours sleep, and then off to work again. Is that about it? Arnold, don't you ever ask yourself what's it all about?
What is it all about, George?
Did you see?
Huh?
Look.
What?
Huh? Firefly.
Huh?
I swear I saw fireflies. Or Dolores' stardust.
What?
My wife and I have a tradition. Every time I go out for a walk, I ask her if there's anything I can bring back for her. And she always says, how about a pint of stardust? It's just a little routine we do. Yeah. So anyway, every time I see fireflies, I think about Dolores' stardust. But you don't see fireflies this time of year. At least I've never seen one of you.
I've never seen one at all.
Oh, you are a city boy. Moments like this is what it's all about, Arnold. Taking a walk on Thanksgiving night. Nice fellow by your side. Seeing things you've never seen before. Yeah, there's the little things, too. I mean, you know, it's sitting on the porch swing, smelling the air after a good hard rain. Going to the church softball game on a warm summer night. Varsity basketball game in the fall. They're playing tomorrow, 4:30, high school gym. Why don't you come by?
Maybe I will. 1 minute I'm racing along, my mind on union problems, deadlines, just like always. And the next thing you know, I'm a million miles away in a place called Grover's Mill, seeing my first firefly.
Where are you from, anyway?
Cora Peak.
Cora Peak? Cora Peak. Are you from out of state?
Not exactly, George. I'm from another planet.
Planet? Welcome to Grover's Mill.
Thank you.
Simon, let me just get this straight here. You build shopping malls on the planet Cora Peak?
No, I live on Cora Peak. I work on Zabar.
Zabar?
Zabar.
Zabar. I'm assuming that's another planet.
It is.
In other words, you, commute.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually advertise this, you know, but you've been awfully kind. And, I guess I better run. And this little thing will have me out of here in 5 minutes. Oh, maybe I will see you at that basketball game.
Good, come on, why not?
Oh, and George, I'll be thinking about what you said. About the little things.
And they say I'm eccentric. Arnold! Firefly! Yeah! All right. What is it you need?
I'll know it when I see it.
Boy, you've got a thing for hardware, don't you, Arnold?
This one. This is what I need.
Well, I guess you know. No, Arnold. Call it a Thanksgiving Day special. So, where's your vehicle?
Up in the hills.
Oh, gee, I drive you, but I didn't bring the car. Tell you what, I'll walk you up. You can get lost up there at night if you don't know your way around.
That's very nice of you.
What do you know about pilgrims, Arnold? Welcome back.
Hello, George.
How are you?
Never better, George. Dolores.
Hi, Arnold.
I'm sorry I missed you the other night, George.
Is this your spaceship?
Used to be. Now it belongs to a friend of mine. If you think you could use it, George.
Arnold.
I needed a new one anyway. She's logged too many miles. I can't get anything for her to trade in. Anyway, my commuting days are over, George. I quit my job. I decided it's time to get off the fast track. Who knows?
Arnold, I would like you to meet Sam.
How do you do, Sam?
Good, how are you?
Fine. You know, I've always heard that in kids and old folks, the soul is bigger than the body. It's the rest of us that let our bodies get bigger than our souls.
Arnold, do you need a lift or anything?
Someone's picking me up.
Arnold! Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, George.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, all. It's over there.
So you were forced to land because of mechanical problems.
I thought I was going to get killed. It's no fun trying to touch down in the dark, let me tell you. All the hills you have around here.
Well, then why land in the dark?
I couldn't very well land on Main Street, could I? You'd be surprised how people can react. Last year, your Air Force stole 2 of our ships. Well, thanks again.
You know, tomorrow's our regular poker night, just the 3 of us. We could use a force.
It really is difficult landing here. Anyway, I got a million things to do tomorrow. I got a staff meeting, planning commission. What the heck? Same time?
We'll pick you up. And you drive safely.
I will. Doc?
Yeah.
Frank, nice meeting you. Too slow.
You don't seem to have any problem breathing in our atmosphere.
Are you kidding? This is the cleanest air I breathed all day. What are you looking at?
Oh, Arnold!
Where have you been?
God bless you.
I'm sorry, George. I'm not going to be able to make it for poker tonight. This is my 5th cold this year. 25 time zones in 2 days. And all that filtered air. I'm a sitting duck for every virus in the galaxy.
Doc, come on, please. Do something.
Yes, let's take a look at that throat. Say ah.
Ah.
No, say ah. 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 You got a nasty cold.
Doc, he knows he's got a cold.
Maybe I should just go.
No, I can't let you fly with a cold like that. It's very bad for the eardrums.
Doc's right. No, he's right. He's right. You'll spend the night at my house. Come. Oh, Arnold, I almost forgot our news. We are building you a landing pad right out there. You can come to Grover's Mill anytime you want.
And we were thinking if you could let us take a look at the spaceship so we can check out the dimensions, if it's all right with you. Yeah.
Let's talk about this later. We've got to get him in bed. Come on.
Oh, jeez. What? Well,
Hey, Arnold.
Hey, good morning, George. Dolores just left for her women's club meeting.
How you feeling?
Oh, I swear, this place has recuperative powers.
Yeah. You could have borrowed my razor.
Oh, I was going to. But then I thought, what the hell, just,
Look at you. You look like you were born in Grover's Mill.
I feel that way. Oh. Better run.
I'll drive you.
No, I think I'll walk it, George. It's funny. I never used to walk anywhere before I landed here. Clears the mind, doesn't it?
That's the idea. When will you be back?
I'm not going to be able to come back as often from now on, George. It's been wonderful, but it's time to go home.
But you will be back. Arnold, you have to come back. The landing pads can be finished real soon. And there is so much you haven't seen. There is Christmas. You gotta be here for Christmas.
All right. We'll shoot for a week from tonight. At sunset on the farm.
I will see you then.
I'll never forget everything you've done for me. You accepted me when you had no reason to. So long, George.
Arnold? You will be back.
Count on it.
Dondra and Blitzen are, lopsided.
All right.
Bingo! You got it.
Thanks,
there you go. Thank you, sir.
George, Michael and Susie are here. They want to talk to you. Michael's friend in Detroit has offered him a job. They're going to move.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said. It's just that we gotta leave, Dad. I mean, we haven't had a single customer in the store since all this craziness began.
This was coming anyway, George. It's not your fault.
We don't have a choice.
All right, enough. I will talk to the reporters, put an end to this. I will tell them I made a mistake.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, George.
Does that mean you'll stay?
Oh, I don't know, Pop. I'll think about it, okay?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be easy, telling all those people.
No. No, it's not.
Hey, Dad? Dad? Why are you doing this? I mean, I know you think it's the right thing to do and all, but what about Arnold? What do you really think?
I think there is no spaceship, no Arnold, never was.
Liar! You lied to me!
What do you think? We'll check it home.
All right, you call.
I will, Pop.
Okay, I'll be there. Yeah. Well, I have a press conference at 6:30 p.m. I guess I'm going to carry it live on the early news. I tell you, when this is over with, Dolores, the people in this town, they can wait till doomsday before I give them anything else to talk about. That's it for me. No more holiday costumes, no more climbing trees. They can find another town character. Town? Grover's Mill? Not going to be any Grover's Mill by the time everybody gives up anyway.
George! I never expected to hear that kind of talk from you.
Dolores, what do you want from me?
I want you to be George Walters, the dreamer. I want you to be the man I married. There he is.
What if somewhere there are people just like us, and they believe in Stardust because they see Stardust every night? And what if they thought that fireflies were make-believe because they have never, ever seen fireflies? The thing is, sometimes things are different from the way people think they are. But if you know, deep down inside, that something is so, that's all that matters. Sam, let's go.
Michael.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Talk to him again. I mean, people think your father is off his rocker, and frankly...
Who's off his rocker?
No one, Sam, no one. Put your bike away, honey.
Did you and Grandpa have a nice time?
Mm-hmm.
What did you and Grandpa talk about?
Different stuff.
Like what?
It's okay, son. Go ahead.
Well, he said here in Grover's Mill, we have fireflies, and we don't believe in Stardust. But there's other places where they have Stardust, and they don't believe in fireflies.
Put your bike away, Sam.
You can't just start demolition and not tell anybody what you're building.
Right. Why not?
Well, you just don't do that. You haven't applied for any permits. And if you're planning on going any further with this construction, you'll have to apply for the appropriate permits.
Would you excuse us for just a second, please? Guys. We would like to apply for a permit for an airstrip.
Airstrip?
You have a problem with that?
What would you boys want with an airstrip? Ain't no plane's gonna land in Grover's Mill. Besides, you got this thing staked out in a big old circle.
Well, let's say we got a great deal on a helicopter and we need a place for it to land.
A helicopter? Come on, George.
I guess there are no regulations against it. If that's what you want, come on in tomorrow morning and Les will make sure you got the right papers. Sure hope you boys know what you're doing.
Thank you kindly. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Dolores!
Kelly, sweetheart. Do you think that a permit for a helicopter pad would cover?
Hello, dear. Look who's here. We're having coffee. Would you like some coffee?
Dad? Boy, there's no easy way to put this.
You know that we think the world of you, George.
Dad, Susie and I think you ought to see a psychiatrist.
My own son thinks I'm crazy. Him? Him? I let him drive my pickup when he was 15. I let him wear his hair down to his shoulders in college. I let him marry a Republican for crying. Maybe I am crazy.
George, you're not crazy. But for the sake of peace in the family, humor them. Go to see their psychiatrist. That's what I would do. I would go to see him and get it over with.
Dolores! No, listen, they can talk till they're blue in the face. I am not seeing a shrink. All right, now listen to me. Now, Herc says we'll have title to the land by tomorrow morning. The skip load will be out for a week starting Friday. Terry Anderson says he can operate it for us. Utility man is going to be here this afternoon. We will have electricity by Friday night.
Hey! George, you realize what this could do for us? Think about what we could get for just one picture of that spaceship!
Think about everything we can learn from him. Why, the secrets of the universe are at our fingertips. My God, man has been waiting for this moment for hundreds of years. It could have happened to anyone, but it happened to us.
Fireflies.
What?
He came back because he likes fireflies and hot dogs.
Hell, we'll give him all the hot dogs he can eat.
No, he came back because he likes Grover's Mill. He likes us. Frank, there's not going to be any picture taking. Doc, no asking for secrets of the universe. We're going to build him a landing pad because it's the right thing to do. It's the neighborly thing to do. No picture taking, Frank.
George, just one little picture! George, I gotta get going.
All right.
Me too. Hey, George! Yahoo!
Yeah!
Michael, how are you?
Michael! Frank, how you doing?
Dad!
Hello, Michael.
Dad, this is, quite a little project you got going here. You know, Herb Williams came by the store today.
Good old Herb.
Yeah. He couldn't understand why you'd make an investment like this. Frankly, neither can I. Why did you, Dad?
Because why is a crooked letter. That's why, Michael.
So you're not going to tell me? I guess not. If you change your mind.
Michael!
Yeah?
You still have those colored garden lights that salesman from California sold you?
Yeah. They've been setting for months. I was going to try to unload them at the flea market.
No. I want them, please.
Why?
Because why?
Is a crooked letter, yes.
You better watch that sugar, John. What were you doing?
Well, they're clearing out the flower shop. Sign just came down.
You you hear that? Earl just sold out. What's happening to the town?
Well, the same thing that happened to the farms. Same thing that happened to the dinosaurs. It's called evolution, my friends.
Yeah, what do you think, George? George, are you with us?
George!
Hello.
He hasn't changed since the 3rd grade. Oh, now that's not fair. I distinctly remember in the 3rd grade his attention span was longer.
You know what I was just thinking about? Every morning I wake up and I walk to the bathroom and I go into this cubicle, turn a knob, water comes out of the wall.
It's called a shower, George.
Yeah, we all take it for granted, but if you really think about that, water comes out of a wall.
George, Earl just closed down.
That's the 5th one this month.
You may be looking at the 6th.
Marge, come on, no.
Maybe you can fight City Hall, but you can't fight that interstate. You can't fight that mall.
Marge!
Cool your jets!
She just blown off steam.
Time moves on. It's called progress.
No, Doc, that is not progress. Progress is Velcro. Progress is night baseball. Progress, gentlemen, is thermal underwear. Please. Happy Thanksgiving.